So, the Indian Parliament was created after 1947, and the institution is an expression of faith which the citizens of India have in the principles of democracy. Now, it is the participation of citizens in the process of decision making and government by their consent. Since the Indian Parliament is represented by the common people, therefore, it has immense power. Understood? The elections to the parliament are held in the same way as those to the state legislature. Now, all the citizens of India whose age is more than 18 years are entitled to vote. This everybody you all know. Currently, our country is divided into how many constituencies? 543. Now, when the election takes place, candidates from different parties take part in it from each constituency, and once a candidate wins, he automatically gets entry into the parliament. So the MPs are the winning candidates who belongs to different political parties, है ना? And once a candidate gets elected, he becomes an MPs together, and these MPs constitute the parliament. Now these MPs needs to perform different functions. Okay. Now what are that functions that we will see? See, to select the national parliament. Okay. Now the president, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha form the Indian Parliament. Once the Lok Sabha elections gets over, a list is prepared which shows how many MPs each political party has. And if a political party wishes to form the union government, it needs to have a majority of MPs in the house. Now there are 543 elected members in the Lok Sabha, and out of these, 2 are nominated members from the Anglo-Indian community. Okay. And to form a government, a political party needs to have at least half of the seats, that is 272 or more members should be from that party. Now the political party which has the second largest number of seats in the house plays the role of opposition party against the ruling party. Okay, so opposition party, ruling party and all in the last year civics also you had learned, isn't it? Now selecting an executive is one of the most important function of the Lok Sabha. This executive is a group of MPs who work together to implement the parliament's laws in different ways. Okay, now the term executive always comes to mind when we use the word government, isn't it? So the leader of the ruling party in the Lok Sabha is the Prime Minister, PM. And now the PM select ministers for different departments from the group of MPs, that is from his ruling party, and they work under the PM to implement different decisions. Now these ministers are in charge of different areas such as finance, health, education, etc. Yes, and these all things I think you all learned in class 7 civics also. है ना? Now in the recent time, it has been seen that during election, a single party has failed to get more than 50% or 272 seats in the Lok Sabha, which is a requirement to form a union government. Now in such a case, they join hands with other political parties who offer their support. All these parties have similar concern. Such a government is known as coalition government. Okay. Now another body, Rajya Sabha, functions as the representation of the Indian states in the parliament. Now it has the power to initiate legislation. A bill has to be passed in the Rajya Sabha so that it can become a law. Hence, it plays a great role in altering and reviewing the laws that the Lok Sabha passes. है ना? The Legislative Assembly of different states elect the members of Rajya Sabha. So, bachcha, Rajya Sabha has a total of 233 elected members, and out of these, 12 members are nominated by the President. And these members are distinguished personalities of different fields such as art, literature, etc. Okay. Now, to control, guide and inform the government. When it is in sessions, the Parliament begin with question hour. It is considered as an important mechanism through which the MPs are able to elicit about the working of the union government. Okay, it is an important way through which the central government is controlled by the parliament. Now, as the MPs ask questions in the parliament, the government is alerted of its shortcomings that could be presented in a particular rule that it is presenting. Clear? Now, asking questions regarding any bill, it is a crucial task that every MP is entitled to perform, and the opposition has a crucial role in ensuring that the democracy functions in a healthy manner. Okay, so bacha, they highlight different drawbacks that are present in various programs and policies that union government presents. Now they also mobilize support for their own policies. Whenever an MP asks a question, the government gets a healthy feedback through it. It also keeps the ruling government on its toes. Now, apart from that, what happened? The government needs approval of the parliament while dealing with the matters related to finance. So, it is one of the few ways through which parliament guides, controls, and informs the central government. And as the representative of people, the MPs have a key role in guiding, controlling, and informing the parliament. Okay, so it is a key aspect of the way in which the Indian democracy functions. Now let us see who are the people in the parliament. Okay, so people from different backgrounds get elected as MPs in the parliament, isn't it? Regional parties have MPs from rural areas. Now people and groups who were unrepresented earlier now have found a seat in the parliament. Okay, nowadays there has been an increase in backward caste people, that is Dalit ones, participation in the parliament. Now see, in your book you can see one table it is given, okay, which shows the percentage of people who voted during parliamentary election, isn't it? So from the above table it is clear that a society perfect reflection, that is society's perfect reflection, okay, is not produced through representative democracy. It shows that when experience and interest separates us, it is crucial to ensure that those communities, okay, which are historically marginalized get adequate representation. Historically marginalized get adequate representation. So keeping this thing in mind, what happened? Our lawmakers have reserved a few seats for those belonging to SC and STs. Okay, that is scheduled caste and scheduled tribe categories. It has been done so, that is so that the candidate getting selected from these regions get familiar with the problems that the Dalits are facing. Okay, so recently it was suggested that a few seats in the parliament should be reserved for the women also. Okay, so the lawmakers are still debating on this same issue only. Now only what happened that when our country got independent, only 4% of women were elected as MPs. And today this number has increased to 11%, which is really very low. Okay, so once the reservation comes into force, only then women would get true representation in the parliament. So sometimes there are an issue in which certain difficult questions are asked regarding the fact that if our democracy is representative enough. So the fact that we ask these questions and are working, that is now we are working towards the answers, these answers, which shows that India has a better form of democratic government. Okay, so this is all about the chapter. Read the chapter once again, you will be more clear. Thank you so much. God bless you all, bachas.